had been called the N-word by the Steelers player. No way the ownership does that.
They still have to issue an apology.
They
still have
not to the
be an
Steelers.
All right, so here's what I would say. Using your own context or your own words against you, 6 days later, Mason Rudolph apologizes.
Mm-hmm.
If a racial slur is thrown at you and this fight breaks out,
right.
I don't know any guy who isn't going to stand on a podium and say, hey, my actions were inexplicable. My actions were inexcusable. But this dude threw a racial slur at me. And not only that, I believe you issued a written apology to him.
Mm-hmm.
And now 7 days later or 6 days later, now all of a sudden there was a racial slur. You've never mentioned it before?
Yeah.
I find that
incredible.
No,
I don't.
You only find that incredible because now you're weighing the situation currently, but not weighing it the night of the game. Think about this. This all occurs in the moment. No one knows the full magnitude of this.
Sure.
Right? So, therefore, you don't give the full version. You're like, I did more wrong than him, so guess what? Let me just try to extinguish this by putting out a blanket statement, sincere or not. Then all of a sudden you see it avalanche. You see it snowball. And you know what you say? Oh, well, if he's going to go full disclosure, or at least the weight of the public is going to be all on me, let me tell my entire version. Who knows if he was told that night from his team, his lawyers, hey, let's see if this all goes away.
So only justify your action after the weight of the story. I've been called an N-word on the football field in a college football game.
Sure.
I pointed over to the guys' teammates, defensive teammates, 8 of them black, one of them a friend of mine named Rudy Taylor. Wow. Y'all letting this dude do this? Is this out of pocket at Northern Illinois University? This has happened in 1987. After the game, I went over to Rudy Taylor and his players by their bus. It was like, wow, y'all let this happen? I went to my offensive line coach who coached at Northern Illinois and was friends with coaches on that other staff. I was like, man, Northern Illinois, they just out of pocket. This cat caught all game, blah, blah, blah. I'm not waiting. And Miles Garret, with the weight of the world following, you just don't, you know what, I'm going to wait till next week to tell that this is garbage.
But there are other sides to that story. I mean, I was a part of a situation where in a basketball game, we were playing an inner city school, Duquesne High.
Yep.
And they brought in a dude designated to get me out of the game by hacking me. He's hacking me the whole entire game. We get to the point, we win the game. The point is, I'm at the free throw line. He calls me the N-word.
Yep.
Very, very insulting. The game is over. He plays for an all-black team.
Yep.
Calls me the N-word again. I punched him in his face.
Yep.
I get suspended. I reacted. Did not justify my actions, which Miles Garrett's not justified in his actions. But can it happen? Yes, it can.
But did you tell the coaches or anybody else that he called you the N-word? Or did you wait for a week?
To be honest with you, I don't even listen. I don't even remember.
You waited a month.
No, I didn't wait.
So now was the first time you told the story.
I wasn't getting interviewed.
No, what he did was wait for the appropriate context in the
right after the game.
They were going to shoot us. They were waiting to shoot us.
Let me just say this. Let me say this too about Miles Garret, because again, when this happened last week, the first thing I did was start trying to just gather information. Who is Miles Garret? Where did Miles Garret? He's a nerdier dude that's not really doesn't really fit into the stereotypical black thing. And I'm just sorry. That's where this comes from. I'm sick and tired of the Jussie Smolletts, the Colin Kaepernicks, the Miles Garretts, the guys working out their identity issues through racial race carding, and everybody. Oh my God! Mason Rudolph said we're in MAGA country, and I slammed my helmet on him. It's garbage. It's BS. We know damn well in the middle of this football game, at the end of this an NFL quarterback. Now tell me, if this was some defensive lineman, I would halfway believe it. But a damn quarterback?
If they said he was trying to rip his helmet off, not tug his helmet off. If they said the quarterback was trying to rip,
you were on much firmer ground there. You were on much firmer. But trust me, that's part of the BS too.
Well, you know what?
Again, we try to justify every damn thing.
And what you're
this
trying to do
man slamming the guy over the head. is unjustified.
Hold on, your stereotypes are improperly labeled. So let's say this. Doesn't matter what position you play. If you got a racial slur in you, you got a racial slur in you. Two, the same Mason Rudolph who said, let the world talk for him and said, I didn't escalate this. I got still pictures showing me that. You sure you didn't? First of all, everyone's saying that Mason Rudolph was slammed to the turf. Last time I checked, if you
Marcellus, this is part of the problem.
No, this is part of the solution because you're going to give me an actor who is on his contract year with a show that's going off and say Justice Smollett is this. This is not the same. This is not analogous. This is a guy who told me he was slammed to the turf, but last time I checked, you're the one on top. Now, this is a guy who at the top left window who says my hand was stuck under the helmet. The world says.
This isn't a Zapruder film situation.
I see a quarterback card. How is that stuck if the quarterback card is out? All I'm saying is Miles Garret has not said anything to me that I can show in evidence that is a lie. But Mason Rudolph has. So when you ask me, when I don't know, who do I believe? The one who hasn't lied to me just yet.
Well, the picture of him on top is after they hit the ground. And then they rolled over. I mean, you can't put a still frame up there.
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why Miles
They hit the ground that way.
I'm going to tell you why Miles Garrett's doing this. Because he knows he's got a bunch of people that will sell this BS. That's exact. Because it started when we tried to justify him slamming the guy over the helmet with, the quarterback tried to rip his helmet off, and therefore the only reaction is to slam his helmet atop him. It's garbage.
Whitlock, has anyone ever used a racial slur? And actually, you just didn't question it? Like, in this situation, like, is there a possibility in your head?
I just told you a story of what happened to me.
Right, and you were not in this context. So in this context, could you imagine a scenario where Mason Rudolph actually used it?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you the scenario. The scenario where I would believe it is if after the game, Miles Garret has stood up in front of everybody and said, damn, this dude called me a name. 7 days later, are you kidding me?
I don't think you believe it. No. I don't think you believe it if Miles Garret stood up.
He said something was said at the press conference.
It would have more credibility. But to me, would I believe it? Yes, the N-word gets used on the football field.
To me, the focal is on Miles Garret, and it should be on Mason Rudolph. I'm not trying to justify or legitimize Miles Garrett's play.
Hey, LaVar,
I'm looking at Mason Rudolph and his actions in the moment. What's he capable of doing?
Just understand what you just argued.
Yes, all right.
That the focus shouldn't be on the person who got hit over the head with a helmet. It should be on the person that threw the helmet. It should be on the person that got hit on the head with the helmet. That's where the focus. Let's attack the victim. And again, I get why Miles Garret is doing it. He got hit over the head with a helmet, LaVar.
He was victimized.
Didn't he say something happened? Something was said after the game.
No, he inferred it. He inferred it.
So hold on, and then now you are now been told by multiple PR people, including your team, you're going to have the appropriate setting to tell your story. And now you're going to hold that against him?
Was he enraged? Was Mason Rudolph enraged long before he got hit in the head? Can we all agree on that?
Yes. Was
he enraged?
Sure.
Okay. Was he enraged?
Sure.
So to me, why are we not focusing in on the fact if somebody is enraged, is it possible that you could say something out of character while you're enraged? I don't think that's justifying anything.
Okay.
Right.
I'll give it to you. He might say something.
And that does not justify Miles Garret.
Right. So who's enraged now? Who's facing a 1-year potential suspension? Who's looking at $1 million out of their pocket down the line? Who's enraged now, and who's capable of lying and escalating the situation now? Mason Rudolph's going to pay a fine, and he's done. No, I'm holding to the same standard you holding Mason Rudolph to.
Okay.
Mason Rudolph, he was enraged, and he must have said this.
He said this in a private setting.
And so now Miles Garret is enraged, facing a year suspension, potentially longer.
I don't think he's enraged.
But you know what?
Scared.
I don't think either one of you know. This was said in an appeal hearing in a private setting. Now, if you guys want to leak this and get this out there, fine. But I'm going to have less than a 2-hour window in a private setting, supposed to be confidential, and I'm going to tell you exactly.
Well, who do you think leaked it?
Hold on. Adam Schefter?
Stop.
His name's on it. Or you want to just go
Josina Anderson and Adam started it first.
I started
before
it.
The damn
I'm the first one on record talking about y'all better look at Mason Rudolph. I ain't leaked Jack.
Have you guys ever been
Marcellus.
Yes.
Josina Anderson instantly said this while the game was barely over. That I guarantee you, someone said something racial.
Hey, that's
and
called
now
intel.
And now
She didn't
she's
say racial. I'm just
an
saying.
egregious. She said something.
That's not racial. He also said the B word. We caught him on camera with the B word already. Y'all want to go down that lane, Mason Rudolph going B word to Obugu, whatever. You don't want to go there, huh? We saw that. Are we going to argue that one?
No, I'm not going to argue.
Okay, then. So if he used B word, he can't go another
much to be sitting here like, oh, my God, I'm shocked and enraged that he
I'm
used
just
the B
saying,
word.
my eyes have showed me a lot of contradictions in Mason's testimony such far. And guess what? I also got you on camera saying the B word. And you trying to say it's out of the realm of possibility.
I would just say this. Like,
Come on, man.
It's not okay to use a racial slur. As you mentioned,
but they happen.
It happens, right?
Yeah, they happen.
But there's a far cry between somebody using a racial slur and somebody having a helmet in his hand and taking a hack at somebody's head.
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
And
no argument.
Right.
Still doesn't mean you didn't say the slur. That's all I'm saying. I'm buying Miles Garret here. That's all I got.
Doesn't justify Miles Garret.
No.
It's not just.
But I'm buying that he.
So, I mean, to me, regardless of what happened,
he still should be judged based off of what he did.
Based on the action.
That's correct.
And the action is inappropriate and will never be appropriate.
But he's not trying to be judged on that because he's got people willing to sell this BS. Stick around. At the end of the show, find out our approval rating for Miles Garret. You can also give Garrett your own approval rating on our Twitter page. Coming up at the top of the hour, I'll tell you why I'm not confident of Deshaun Watson tonight. But first, we'll have more on Miles Garrett's accusation against Mason Rudolph and tell you if we've lost any respect for the Brown Star.